They are. They're great for when I'm listening to The Witcher.
Mm.
Because it fits the vibe of the
Yeah,
book.
it really does. I can
You're in
imagine.
your nice metal train, like, The Witcher.
Yeah,
on
I'm
your
just...
train.
Geralt ripped the esophagus out of the beast. It's like, yeah.
And then Thomas appeared.
Thomas does not fit The Witcher as a name.
It can if you're not a coward.
They're all very kind of... I was going to say European, but they're kind of not.
Nah, they're like...
I want to say they're maybe more based in kind of Polish.
I mean, isn't the
Obviously
author
it's-
Polish?
Yeah, it's all written in Polish
So
originally.
it's like, not taken straight from, obviously, but like, a lot of it is, you can feel the sort of Polish mythology and stuff.
Yeah, and it definitely takes kind of nods from European mythology for some of the stuff. Like, there's a lot of Arthurian stuff weaved throughout it as well. And, you know...
Including, like, the however many Lady of the Lakes you said there were, like, yesterday.
Yeah, so the book has two, I think. Because you have the one for Arthurian legend, because Ciri just ends up in... Where does Arthurian legend take place?
I mean,
I know it's in England, but, like, it's in a
it's
very
generally
specific
like
part.
Britain, but like it could be like Wales, really.
Yeah, because...
Like Arthurian legend is like mainly like Celtic, really. Just sort of over the years made more.
English.
Yeah.
Anglicized.
I mean, yeah, because they're fighting against like the Saxons is the thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what Arthur's main
Enemy.
war is.
Yeah. Because, like, she doesn't end up in Camelot, but she ends up somewhere, you know, in the area of where the matter of Britain.
Lot of cam.
Lot of camps. And she meets Galahad. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Why
and he
not?
mistakes her as the Lady of the Lake because,
She's a lady.
yeah.
That's
he's-
like half of it.
He's
He's
like,
you meet half the criteria. So
yeah.
you might as
He's
well.
like, she is,
Is she in a lake when he meets
yeah,
her?
she's like washing. And
Oh,
he comes
well,
across
sure.
her. And he's like,
Well, one, that's just creepy.
at first he thinks she's a fairy or an elf, despite not having, you know,
the
pointy
one
ears.
clue
Yeah.
that we generally look for.
And then when she hears him, she of course runs and grabs her sword because she's a witcher in training. And he's like, "Oh my god, give me the sword! You are the Lady of the Lake." She's just like,
Fuck off.
Who
"The fuck are you on about?" And it's great because in the books, Sintra, where Ciri's from, is very much like an analogue for Scotland,
Ah.
which is weird because also the Skellige Isles
That's
exist.
what I always
and
heard from
that's-
like the game, yeah.
Yeah, so I think both of those are kind of...
I mean, aren't the Skellige Isles like they're a combination of like Scotland and like the Vikings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think them and Sintra, because I believe the Skellige Isles and Sintra have always had like a close
Okay,
relationship.
That makes sense.
So I feel like they're probably, you know, both analogues for Scotland.
Yeah.
And so it means just like the narrator of the audiobook just gives Ciri like a Scottish accent.
Of course.
And it's great because whenever she gets angry, it's just a Scottish person shouting at someone.
Oh, yeah, prick.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm a witcher.
And then, yeah, it just jumps to another Lady of the Lake who lives in a tower.
That's not a lake.
This one guy just going around, Lady of the Lake?
No, so it jumps
No.
back to, like, where the Witcher series takes place.
Ah.
Are
'cause-
you the Lady of the Lake?
Are you the
fuck.
Lady of the Lake? Because Ciri can, like, travel through time and space, apparently.
She's a Time Lord?
Wow.
Because the game's kind of, well, 3 kind of deals with that. When you get to play as Ciri, there's a sequence where you go through
You
like a
get to
couple of
play as
different
Siri.
for a short stint,
Okay.
yeah. And you kind of go through like a couple of different universes, I think.
Diddle-a-dun, diddle-a-dun.
It's very weird. It's not the
Sounds a bit
direction I
weird.
expect from a
Yeah.
fantasy book. Very heavily fantasy as well.
Time travel is not exactly what I expected from The Witchers.
No,
At least not the way you're describing.
no, it's weird because apparently it runs in her like family. It's part of her kind of like she has the elder blood, which goes back to like the very beginning of this universe or something like that. Because there was also the I don't remember what they call it in universe, but there was like a thing where 2 different universes collided, and that's where all the monsters came from.
I feel like I've actually heard about this before. It makes sense.
I think it was probably brought up in the first season of the Netflix show. Is it the...
Nah, I remember hearing about when I was playing the game. It might have been like a mate was telling me.
Oh,
about
okay, fair enough. What do they call it? Is it the con?
Collision, the
It's
convergence.
maybe the convergence or the conflagration or something like that. Has a fancy sounding name. It's just another word for collision that sounds fancier. I think anyway.
Post-production rebel here. It's called the Conjunction of the Spheres. Very cool.
I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding in even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong. I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up, because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil. Hello, internet passers-by. Welcome to Napcast. We're continuing on our Halloween bullshit. This is probably the second episode, I think. So for today, we're going to be talking about horror movies, which is a loose term.
A
Yeah.
very loose term. for
More
what we want.
thriller movies than anything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
We're one of them. Just action.
Just action.
Just action, yeah.
Yeah, one of them kind of fits the horror
Yeah.
category.
Yeah,
The
I'd
other
call
one loosely uses that term for its overall vibe and aesthetic.
And what movies are those?
Those movies are
Yes.
The Shining, directed by Stanley Kubrick, and Doom, based on the hit video game franchise by a director whose name I can't fucking pronounce.
Neither can I.
It's like, hold on, I'm gonna bring it up because you gotta see this name.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
I
where's
looked
he
him up
from?
like
Oh, I
last
don't
night
know.
when I watched it.
Directed by Andrei Bartovic.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not even going to try that.
Bartowiak?
Yeah.
I assume he's Polish.
Yeah, I'd say
Yes.
Polish. Polish
Polish.
cinematographer
Yeah.
and film director.
Yes, Andrei Bartowiak.
We apologise to anyone listening
Mm-hmm.
who's Polish or from Poland.
Yeah, I only know how to pronounce his first name because of Andrzej Sapkowski,
Yeah.
the author.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. So yeah, The Shining and Doom. Do we want to start with The Shining?
Yeah,
I feel
I'd
like
like
it's
to
a good
start
way
with
to
Yeah.
start.
And,
because that's more serious.
Yeah, just for like the people who only listen to Nap, this format that we're currently using is how we tackle things over an Anime Lane. So if you're listening to this thinking, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, we stole our other show's format just
Yeah.
for the Halloween.
It's not stealing, it's our fucking
It's-
show.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
made it.
I know, but we never used it here before, so it's a
Oh,
bit
that's
weird
true.
compared
Using
to.
our established thing somewhere else here.
Yeah.
We can do
We
that.
like
We're
But
allowed
it's-
to.
It's a bit more of a professional approach
Yeah, I
than
guess.
we normally take
Professionals, I feel
to
like
We're always
Nap.
professional.
Everyone can tell.
Yeah,
We're
can't you see him
very
wearing a suit
Finland
and tie
and
for
Mario
these-
Ice- icebergs,
in
yeah.
fully suited up.
Yeah.
We're in an office
We're in
building.
black attire.
Exactly.
I gotta stop making references to
Yeah.
to
You're really dating these episodes. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly when these were like
yeah.
recorded.
They're recorded in some place at some time.
When the
On Earth.
sun is still splitting the clouds for some reason.
Oh.
Like we are meant to be heading into autumn, and it's just the weather is not reflecting
We
that.
can't talk about this as an audio format.
No.
If you look outside now.
Yeah, I'm sure the weather will sync up
Mm-hmm.
to when you're like listening to this.
Yeah. So yeah, The Shining and Doom.
Furthermore, by the way, you should watch Anime Lane if you haven't
You
already.
should. It's linked in the description below.
Oh yeah, do that
What?
now.
That's
Even if you're not a weeb,
At
do
least
it
I
now.
Yeah.
hope it's linked in the description below because
Most
I
of the
really got
people-
around to doing that.
Most of the people in Anime Lane are not even weebs, so
I know.
No,
exactly.
it's-
You don't
it's
have to
only,
be an
uh,
anime fan.
Yeah.
Only 1/3 of Anime Lane is a weeb.
Yeah. Anyway. The
Anyway,
Shining.
yes, The,
The
Shining,
Shining.
and Doom. We're starting with The Shining. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the that's the
It's good to start with a serious one
Yeah,
first because
that's
if we go to
the-
Doom, we won't be able to take the rest of
No.
the episode seriously.
yeah. One of these is a movie, and one of them is
A cutscene.
a cutscene.
A very long
A very
cutscene.
long cutscene,
including gameplay.
including
Yes, there's
gameplay.
at
Yeah,
one point. Shining.
Shining.
How do we start?
How do we start? So I've seen The Shining before, which meant
Yeah.
I had to watch it again for this. Oh boy.
There's a definite
Yeah.
difference between, I imagine, watching it the first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Because
sure.
I watched this the first time, I think.
Same
Melina?
for me.
Yeah. So we watched this the first time, whereas I imagine the second time through it's not as effective.
It's not. I still like the movie, but watching it again it's a challenge for sure. Like, because you know what's coming,
Yeah.
and like it's a very methodical movie because Kubrick.
So very slow, very
Yeah,
deliberate.
it is hard to like keep focused on it. I just wanted to mention that. So if I sound a bit, like I don't like the movie, I do. It's just
Ambivalent?
if I sound a bit non-fussed about the movie,
Yeah.
I do like it. It is a great piece of cinema. But yeah. So who wants to kick it off?
I guess I should kick it off to give you a break from always kicking these off.
Yeah.
I'll try my best. If I stumble, I'm very sorry. I really liked this movie. Just to give a very standard starting off. It built itself up from like the very start of the movie, which I liked because it's not like there's opening credits, but like you hit play and it's just immediately you hit with like the soundtrack of
Yeah.
like the
Oh, yeah.
droning sort of noise. Worm, worm, worm.
The classic
Yeah.
theme.
I almost expected Godzilla to pop up.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Oh, we should have watched Godzilla.
We should have watched Godzilla.
Yeah, it's hard for me to explain because I feel like this movie is like one hand very deliberate and like what it wants to tell, but it's also very much up to interpretation on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm generally a big fan of especially storytelling that tells you things and you can understand the story, but you're not understanding everything. Because I
Yeah.
think the basis of especially like screenwriting is telling a story. If you're not telling a story, you're being too artsy, and that's not proper film.
Well, I got introduced to a guy called Stanley Kubrick.
Oh yeah. With this
He's
Kubrick
very-
stare.
Yes.
Yeah. From what I know from Kubrick, is he's very particular, and I can understand having a style a lot. And I know from some of his other work that it's not great. It's very particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he I don't know about a lot of his movies because I've only seen 2 of them, both of which are very open to interpretation. And for me, when it comes to films, I don't mind films that leave things open to interpretation, but I need like a good story to follow through.
Exactly. Because to me, if you just lean heavily so much on like interpretation, it just feels less smart and more lazy. When
Yeah.
you're
Exactly,
expecting
yeah.
the audience to do the entirety of the
Yeah.
work.
Because I think when we're all in fields where we're learning about, film and everything, I just totally fucking blanked on my point. Oh, wait. The stupidest person has to be able to understand your story.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is not going to happen with The Shining.
No, for sure. And in that piece, I don't want to say it's failed, but it's definitely not a film you go see with your mates in the cinema. for
No,
fun.
like
It's a sit down.
Yeah.
And
Unless
look.
you're all like horror nerds and like super into
Even
this
then,
kind of thing.
you know,
Yeah, but even then, that's like sort of just not like watching a film, more just like, I guess, a sort of like a night out with the Shining in the
Yeah.
background.
because like to peek behind the curtain, you 2 aren't really horror people. You don't
Absolutely.
really
Which is
like
ironic
it.
when we're doing these Halloween
Yes,
episodes.
which made picking movies for this challenging. And while I like that we
We're
watched
sorry.
The Shining for like a film to talk about, I was really watching it thinking I wish we had picked literally anything else as a horror movie, because for me as a horror movie it fucking fails.
It's. I think it's too reliant on music, which I think is both.
I mean,
its
a lot of horror
downfall-
movies are.
Yeah, but I think if you look at more recent movie, especially horror, it's all about the jump scare, and I think personally,
Yeah,
it's
but that's
cheaper.
that's modern horror.
Yeah.
and
yeah,
that's
I
shit.
hate that shit. Yeah.
No, exactly. It's kind of the direction we're unfortunately going
Yeah,
in. Even
yeah.
someone that doesn't watch horror, you kind of know those things through
Yeah.
osmosis. And like, I think this movie really sets the tone for Kubrick wants it to be a horror, and you can tell by the music. It's constantly you're kind of on the edge of your seat, but because we know the type of music, we know this is what you use when you're building up to something. Something's coming, and very often it doesn't. Which I think both is good and bad. I think I like subverting expectations by using commonly used techniques.
Yeah. But
It's
there's
overdone.
overdoing it, yeah.
Yes.
And the film definitely does overdo the subversion tactic.
It kind of reminded me of Uncut Gems, what kind of does the same thing in storytelling-wise, where you're just kind of being thrown around and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. I think something I appreciate far less watching it a second time is like Shelley Duvall's character arc. And that she's just constantly not having a good time.
No, she is just going through the ringer in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
And that's not fun to watch
No, it's
whatsoever.
You're basically watching a woman
Be abused.
be abused.
Yeah.
And
it's
they
not
hint
like-
at it very well. In the
Oh,
beginning.
yeah.
I like the beginning part. It's done very well.
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah.
Keeps going.
And it's not like it's not like in other horror movies where like you reach a point where they think they've gained a sense of safety. And then, oh shit, he wasn't dead, or oh shit, he can get me here, or something like that. The film never does that. She's just constantly
in danger.
or emotionally being abused. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, and there's another thing I want to bring up. The dialogue in this movie, when it involves Danny, is just the fucking worst.
Oh, yeah.
Writing children is a nightmare. I'll give it that. It's
It's
a
not
nightmare,
even like
but
his
it's not well
dialogue.
done.
It's not just like
anything that involves him talking to a child is.
yeah.
I'm like, that's a choice.
Like Jack Nicholson, whenever he's interacting with him, it's just, and it's not even like, oh, there's something there between them. He doesn't really. It's not. It's just.
No.
It's bad writing.
Yeah.
The only person that talks to Danny naturally throughout the movie is Scatman Crothers,
Yeah,
the
the
chef?
cook.
the cook, the chef. Yeah. Who had an absolute terrible time on set of the film.
Yeah.
I can actually
Aw.
feel like that makes sense.
There was a point where Kubrick had him doing over 100 takes for a scene, because Kubrick is a
Perfectionist.
perfectionist. Yeah.
I have very strong opinions about like keeping your actors happy on set
Yeah.
and not just being like, here, have anything. No, it's their workplace.
Yeah.
You are supposed to give them a workplace that works well for them. They're doing their job. If you're exhausting you, it's like asking someone to write the same report 100 times. You can't ask someone to do that.
Well, it's famous that he pretty much just did not treat Shelley Duvall.
Like, she treated her very
Oh
terribly.
yeah, like she was
on
losing
set.
her hair due to stress and stuff during that film.
God.
And like even at a point, there's a behind documentary is a fucking stretch. Making of is a fucking stretch as well. It's literally his wife Vivian Kubrick with a camera, just behind the scenes, and it's 30 minutes and it's fucking boring. But there's one moment where they're all talking about. I think they're setting up for the scene where he smashes in the door. And Shelley Duvall's like not having a good time of it, and she's and so Vivian Kubrick, Stanley Kubrick's wife, starts talking to her, and Kubrick just comes out of nowhere and he's like, don't sympathize with her. He's like, it's and then she's like, why? And she's like, it's not good for her, because he wanted to keep her like constantly
In a state of mind that
Yeah.
will work for character. No, that's up to the actor
Yeah,
to decide. That's not up
exactly.
to you as
Yep.
a director. Absolutely not.
That's just horrible.
yeah.
You're a director. You direct people to do what, but people have their own interpretation of what to
Yep.
do. You can tell them this is what your character feels, and this is what they think,
Yep.
and that's your extent that you can do as a director. I know you want to be hands-on, but there is a point where you're not. No,
Not
Yeah.
not it.
compromising the health of the people who are working with.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, and then you got Jack Nicholson, who's a fucking method actor.
Yeah, that doesn't help. I think he's an amazing actor.
Oh, yeah.
I really think.
Sorry, I'm trying not to like I picked up like this thing that I didn't want to fiddle with, but like I couldn't help myself. Here, so I'm just
I'm a fidgeter, so like I'm always like doing something with my hands and recording these.
sorry to interrupt that
That's fine.
train of thought.
Where was I?
Sorry.
I
We were talking about.
You think
God.
Jack Nicholson's a great actor, but
I think he's good, but I think we're getting to an age where we're kind of like stopping praising people for method acting.
yeah.
Because I think it's less impressive.
Mm.
We used to be like, oh, he's a method actor. I'm like, yeah, that means he's making the conscious choice to most likely be an asshole. People
Yeah.
never method act as nice people.
I'll-
Never.
I'll
Why?
give him that, and the behind the scenes thing that's on there is that he never comes across as being like an asshole to anyone during it. Like when they're not filming, he's not the character, so he's not one of the method actors that like stays in the role
Yeah, I
constantly.
know.
Jared Leto,
Yeah,
Daniel
yeah.
Day-Lewis. So you know he's not got the stereotypical method actor approach, but he is someone who whenever I see in a role I'm like, you're a fantastic actor. It's like, but I never want to meet you in real life.
No.
Yeah.
Never. Because there's just something about him. I'm like, oh, I feel like you'd shout at me.
Yeah, there's something about Jack Nicholson that screams.
Yeah.
You'd just be really. It'd be really off meeting you. In
Yeah.
real life.
Yeah.
don't think
And
I feel
he-
like I'd be
that.
disappointed.
He might
yeah.
be like a lovely person.
Yeah.
You know, he's maybe the kindest person in Hollywood. You never know. But it's just every role he plays, he's great at playing a fucking psycho is the thing.
Yeah.
He's amazing, yeah.
Because between this and A Few Good Men, like holy shit, he's a great actor.
Yeah. Batman.
Batman as well. I'm not. I don't know. I like him as a Joker, but he's not. I don't know.
I like him
We'll
as
have
a
words
Joker.
at a later
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked Shia Duvall a lot as well. You could
Yeah.
tell it was very mentally taxing.
Yeah.
You could kind of tell, not through performance necessarily, but just physical appearance.
Mm.
You could tell it was kind of taking a toll on her. I think she did amazing. She has, like, there's some people that I think have a face that's made for film.
Yeah.
Because when you have certain particular features, not he's saying ugly, beautiful, it's just, you're so you.
Yeah.
And that works so well, especially for her. I think it works amazing.
You can say the same about Jack Nicholson
yeah.
as well. Like looking at him and
The
this,
mouth, it's-
you're like,
yeah.
I see why you got cast as Joker. Because Jesus
Exactly.
Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think
The one,
definitely.
the part that really screams out in my mind, like apart from like the laugh that he does at the bar, because that's very Joker,
Yeah.
is when it's this one part where like Wendy and Danny are like playing in like the snow, and he's just staring at them with
Yeah.
like,
Through the
Kubrick
window.
stare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like it's literally just that for a full like 20 seconds or
Yeah.
something, and then it cuts.
It just
to, like,
cuts.
That's a good like little sequence, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Because I really like the sequence. I think the most famous one, where when he's holding the knife and he's kind of coming at her. I think it's amazingly well shot, well
Yeah.
acted. I think that's definitely a scene worth of the praise for this movie alone. And like I think foreshadowing done very right,
Yeah.
done in a way where you're like it's kind of on the nose, but to a point where it's not. Nothing comes too unexpected, but you are kind of connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As someone who's watching.
Except for one scene.
We don't want to talk about it. I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. I don't want to talk about it.
I think
The
I know what we're
fox.
talking about.
But of course it's fucking fox.
I still watching it again. It happened. I'm like, what the fuck?
I have always seen that scene out of context.
Same.
So I was
And
like,
even in context, it's out of context.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, but that's like my point. Like I was expecting, okay, I guess this will make some sort of sense maybe for the theme of the scene, but no, she runs up. It just happens.
It's just there.
Yep.
And then she
Yeah.
runs away again.
Like it's a technique you can use. Once again, it's a technique. You put something weird ass shit in there to kind of disrupt the flow.
It doesn't even disrupt
doesn't
the
work.
flow, though.
No.
It doesn't fucking work. And I understand. He probably just threw it in there, like watch people theorize the shit out of
Yeah,
this.
this is like the one part of the movie where I think Kubrick was just like, let's just put this in there,
Yeah.
just to fuck with them,
Yeah.
because everything else feels very deliberate.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit random, but like very deliberate. Because right
Yeah.
after that is like, well, there's like the elevator blood scene, which we did see earlier in the film,
Yeah.
but like this is
Iconic,
actually
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Yep.
But there's like another part that I don't think I've ever seen before, where like she meets like the butler or something who's like all bloodied face just before she
Yeah.
sees like Scatman
Crothers,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, the chef. I forgot his name.
I forget his character name.
He was great.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
he
great.
was
I
really good.
I love when like we don't see him for ages in the film,
Yeah.
and then we just see him in his room,
Oh,
and it's
we're
like
gonna
this
talk
close up
about
of
this.
him, and it just zooms out. There's just a picture of a woman above his bed,
Yeah, and
totally nude, and then like it cuts to the TV, and then just above the TV,
another one.
totally nude woman, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude knows what he likes.
Yeah. I ain't judging him. It's his house.
Yeah.
It's
I love the fact that there's an entire like B plot of him getting to the hotel, and you see
Yeah.
every step.
Yeah.
He tries to call. He decides he's gonna try and get there himself.
Yeah.
He gets on the plane. He hires like a snowmobile and everything. And then the moment he gets there, he just dies.
Just dies.
he deserved so much better.
Yup.
Yeah.
Like his plan after all that time of getting there was just walk in,
Yup.
ask if anyone's there,
Yup.
and hope for the best.
Yep.
Because that scene especially, I thought was just shot really well. Like the scene of him being killed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because you're watching him, he's right in the middle, and you watch him move from left to right. And I know as soon as I'm like, they're gonna jump scare kill him, he's gonna come from the right because
Yeah.
it's jarring. And
Uh-huh.
there he
Well,
fucking
not
comes.
just that, you see Jack like see him come in, so
Yeah.
you can sort of just tell where he's gonna hide and stuff. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like that pillar is
It's
like
perfect,
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So you know it's coming, but you're constantly expecting it, and then he lets out a fucking battle cry.
Yeah. And we got to deal with the elephant in the room of the movie, where during the bar scene when he goes to the bathroom,
Oh boy. Oh no.
Oh,
When
yeah.
are we going with this?
the N word.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere.
It does. It
came
just comes out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even think it could be seen as an artistic choice because it didn't make any sense. For
No,
one.
like I don't get
Even
it.
timeline.
Like, because period wise, it doesn't really
no
work.
one would have been bothered if they didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I feel like there is some sort. I mean, this is going into interpretations of the film,
yeah, of course.
which is very subjective, and there's always like been theories about this film. The one I knew sort of going in was that the film was sort of a metaphor for like the Native American genocide.
Yeah, they do kind of bring up that
They
it's
bring
like
it
built
up
on an ancient.
once.
Yeah.
There's
Isn't
other
that a
ones.
classic horror thing from the U.S. where they're always like, "This house is built on a Native American burial site."
I will give this movie that it goes into the history of the Overlook a lot more.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
but
that's nice.
there's a lot of things because I did know a bit about this movie like going in, obviously.
It's
And so
hard to
I've-
not know something about this
Oh,
movie.
it's-
And I've heard like
famous,
these
yeah.
theories before entering, but like the Native American one is like the one that has the most legs from what I've
Yeah.
heard, because you hear about the history. There's a bunch of Native American like iconography all around like the hotel with like art designs.
Yeah.
There's a picture of like a chief on one of the walls at some point, and there's like cans of food that have Native American stuff. So
yeah.
the theory is that the theme is that about American imperialism, about maybe cultural appropriation and like genocide and stuff. So to go with that, it could sort of tie in that like America's treatment of minorities.
Sure.
I mean,
And
that's
guess-
loose. That's
I
a bit
get
more
it.
loose when you
I
get
I
get where you
guess
come
then you could have it as like an interpretation of like how even though you had the civil rights movement, there was still a lot of behind closed doors racism,
Yeah.
and because it's happening in the bathroom where no one else
I
is
mean,
listening.
There's also the thing where like I know Grady like is said to be like dead only like from like the last year, but the way the party's set up, it seems like it's from like the 20s. Or, like very much in the
Yeah.
past, so it's going with that time.
well,
frame.
remember
Yeah.
the ending of the film
Yeah, that's what I was about
where
to lead into.
the
It turned out he was it at
in a
the
picture
party.
and it was
Yeah.
like 1921.
21
21
of
was,
July
yeah.
as well,
Although-
which ties back into the America thing.
Yeah. Though the
Mm.
interesting thing about that is that apparently that ballroom had only been designed the
Ooh.
year before because there's a
They
whole
said-
thing in the
I thought they
movie.
said renovated. I'm not sure if it was renovated or designed.
Oh yeah, renovated maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole thing about the hotel that really interests me, is that it's purposely all made up to be disorienting and nothing about it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, whenever we're following Danny around on, like, his little tricycle, he goes, what?
That's a production thing.
No, it's, I'm pretty sure Kubrick actually talked about it at one point.
No, it's just Kubrick being a fucking asshole. He wanted to have Danny be able to move around on the bicycle really easily, and so the production designers just had to make everything connect, even if it didn't make sense.
I guess that's a really boring way.
It was
Yeah.
also there was also a thing like Kubrick wanted all sets available at all times
Ah.
because he wanted to shoot in script order.
Okay, that
Ah.
I can respect wanting to shoot in script order until it heavily inconvenienced people. If I think about it, it should be okay because it's not. There's no hugely extravagant.
They pushed back Indiana Jones because they shot entirely to they were meant to shoot for 6 months and they shot for over a year.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a Kubrick thing.
Oh, that I'm disappointed now.
Yeah.
I mean, there was another thing as well, which might just be a production mistake, but like at the beginning, like right at the film, when he's going into that interview for like that office room, there's like a window to like outside in that office, but around that like hotel, there shouldn't be a window there because that should lead to like a solid wall.
Yeah.
And it's been, and people have noted that, and it's called the impossible window.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't lead to outside. Like there shouldn't be plants or anything. It should be just a solid wall.
I mean, I saw the plants and I was like, well, when we looked at the hotel, it didn't have plants on what I assumed to be the right side.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
weird.
I really want to be of the belief that it's supposed to just not make sense.
I
on
think
purpose.
it's-
Yeah.
I feel
I
like it's
mean,
maybe just a production mistake. Yeah.
I think, every production mistake, you can be like, well, actually.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know,
to
I
bring
know.
it to still game, Jack and Victor's flats make no sense
That is true.
of where they're located.
That is true. I thought that was a really cool thing.
Like
about
when
this
they're
movie.
in the episode where they knock like a wall into each other.
The hatch.
That is not possible.
No,
there's
it's
one's
not.
at the end of the hallway, right? And
Yeah.
one's yeah, so it would
Yeah,
be.
so there's a
no,
right
yeah.
angle there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Jack should be, I think, fully hammering into the outside.
Yeah.
Like just straight
Yeah.
drop down.
The flats were haunted. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, and there's other sort of stuff like where like the establishing shot of the hotel
Mm-hmm.
never has like the maze, which is a very prominent part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because that opening shot, it's very much on a mountain. But then like in other shots, that could very much just be a production.
That's just a
thing. I
production
don't
mistake,
believe that's,
yeah.
That I
Yeah.
believe that a little less, but it's kind of spooky.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of the maze, like I think as soon as you introduce a maze in a movie, I think we all know where it's going. in the end.
Yeah.
Reminded me of Pan's Labyrinth a bit.
I do like another thing as well. Again, probably production thing, and I'm looking way too much into it. But like, there's the model of the maze in the hotel that looks a lot smaller. But in that, specifically when Jack's looking in and it cuts to it, the maze suddenly looks way wider, like a huge labyrinth.
I think that's because how did they shoot that again? It's a perspective issue because of the way they've layered it. I think because they had the camera 6 feet above a model in like a sound stage.
I want to say it looked a bit CG. When
Yeah,
they were
it's
walking
the
in,
only-
very
but
much
I
looks like they're in
assumed
like a
it was-
very white room and
It's-
not outside.
Yeah,
It's one of the
exactly.
only effects achieved not in camera in the
I
film.
thought so, yeah.
Because they had it like that, and then they had. Was it a helicopter? No, it couldn't be a helicopter. They had
A drone
I don't
from
think
the
they have a
set.
They had like a recreation of the middle section, and they had Danny and Shelley Duvall
yeah.
walking up and
Yeah,
down
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then they layered it,
The mic is haunted.
and then they layered it. So I think that's just a perspective issue with how it's
Okay.
been.
Even at the end of the day, though, like this still gives off a really creepy vibe, unintentional
Yeah.
or otherwise,
For
which I think
sure,
is really
yeah.
cool, and it definitely enhanced my enjoyment of the film on that level.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's other theories that can go all in all about. Some of them are
There's so
complete
many.
batshit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's the famous one. They're like, "Oh, Kubrick made this movie as a secret message to apologize for filming the moon landing."
Because of Danny's fucking jumper.
yeah, he has a jumper, which I'd say
Yeah,
just
that
adds
says-
more into the America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that like room 237 is like some sort of fucking coordinate or clue or whatever.
Yeah, 'cause-
No. The reason for that is because the hotel they were filming in didn't want to use a real room room number, so they just bumped it up.
Yeah.
Because I know there's some differences, like the room number. I believe in the book it's 137.
It's 217 in the book. It's
Oh.
237 in the movie.
Ah. Yeah, it's just like I understand taking creative liberties because apparently in the book as well, Jack
book
never
is-
had an axe. He had a baseball bat.
Yeah.
The
there
book
was
itself
no...
is very different from
Yeah.
the movie.
But that's
there's
fine,
there's
I
also no maze in the book. It's hedge statues that come to life.
Oh, that's
Oh,
worse.
yeah.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I'll take the mace. Yeah.
There's a whole storyline as well where we actually learn who or what Tony is. And like
Oh,
in
yeah.
the, and this is probably a spoiler for the book.
It's Oh yeah, this is a spoiler, but it also ties into Doctor Sleep as well.
So
You can spoil for me if you're listening.
Yeah, if you don't want to know,
if you're listening,
it's
skip ahead a bit.
it's Danny from the future.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
and that's also why they call him Doc, because in the future Danny becomes a doctor. So it's
And Tony's his middle name, I think.
yeah, because his name is Danny
Anthony
Torrance.
Torrance, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's none of that's hinted at in the movie.
No, I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Headcanon.
I think the description of
Or
Tony's
actual canon, really. But
I think the description of Tony's different in the book as well. Whereas in the film he's like a
well, Danny described him as like a rat that lives in my mouth.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good way to describe it from a children's perspective.
Yeah, that sounds very childlike.
Yeah.
But I think he's more of like a full on imaginary friend or something like that. And,
Yeah.
And like there's like actual interaction between I think the other characters and stuff. Whereas in here it's like very limited down. So the thing that the film gets the name from is very underexplored in it.
There's not much of a there's ghosts.
Yeah.
But past that, there's not much of a supernatural element in this movie, apart from a few key scenes.
Yeah, and we only really get one explanation of The Shining
From
Scatman Crothers. Yeah.
I'm gonna call him the cook.
Yeah,
I keep wanting to
that's
say
fair.
his name, but I need to just relegate to the cook.
That's fair. I don't know his character name, so I'm just going by like the actor's name.
I want to say it begins with a D, but I keep
think
thinking
so,
I keep
yeah.
wanting to say Doc, and that's his
It might be
nickname for Danny.
Duke, wasn't it Duke?
I'm gonna look up his
Could
name
be Duke actually.
Yeah.
because
but
it's gonna annoy
then
me.
there's also a character called Duke in Doom.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that might be me fucking up there.
Rings.
Yeah, like so I watched it with my boyfriend who has read the book and is, you know, a big fan of Stephen King's. And,
Dick.
Dick.
Hollering.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I remember. I
And-
made a joke to myself where like they first call him Dick, and he's just like, "What you call me?"
And
That could tie into the theme of mistreatment against minorities. It's all
True.
connected.
like we always kind of talk about the movies after we've seen it, and he asked me like, "Do you feel bad for Jack?"
No.
And I was
No.
like, it's like I don't know because I don't know him. I don't know what led him to being crazy.
There
I
are
don't know.
like there's like one scene where they sort of imply that maybe he really is like a not so bad person underneath it all. It's when he has his nightmare, and it seems like he has genuine remorse.
Yeah.
But from the start of the movie, even when he's getting interviewed, there's always an unhingedness there.
Yeah,
This
but I
is
think
another-
that's Nicholson though.
No,
Like,
no,
I
this
don't
is like
wanna-
another difference between the book and the film. Is in the film it's very much like a slow degradation and insanity, whereas like
he's a
Kubrick's-
relatively good guy in the movie,
Yeah.
from what I remember.
Whereas in the film Kubrick set it up so that he was always insane.
Yeah, or at least implied that,
Or
because
implied
it
that, yeah.
really feels like he's getting that job as like a preemptive like way to like trap them in there and then kill
Yeah.
them. Like it's all been planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me it's because I maybe interpreted it differently when I first saw it. Like there was something where I was like outside something affected him so much
Yeah.
that he went more. Maybe he was already slightly insane, but it definitely pushed him over the edge.
Yeah, I'd say that as well, because all the ghost stuff definitely happens.
Oh yeah, like I'm not
Yeah.
saying he was a psychopath
naked
before he went
ghost.
in.
yeah.
But he was definitely an abusive piece of shit
Oh,
yeah.
prior to, you know. So I don't feel bad for him. Fuck him.
They just really heightened that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for the ghost just heightened that to like get his soul or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck.
It was a good sequence with the ghost, though. I'd say it was interesting.
But where he goes
Just-
into the room and she gets out of the bath. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was-
so
it was
fucking weird about
jarring.
that scene.
It spooked me. I'll
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, it was kind of like a moment where everything kind of seemed to slow down, but in a bad way. You're just kind of sitting there like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Get out. You know this is a ghost lady. Come on.
I like that there's a fun fact around that on like the IMDb.
I wanna fuck the ghost.
On the IMDb page, it's like the girl that played the young version of the woman and the girl that played the old version of the woman have never appeared in a movie prior to or after this. And I'm like, okay, cool.
They've been fucking scarred.
I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know
Quite
what
literally
relevance
in the
that
old
is.
woman case. She's like a rotting corpse. Get that
is
image in
weird.
your head.
But it was a weird sequence that it was like, it's fitting. Like, it was very much a movie that had its weird turns. And it's definitely... There's like a list of movies that I refer to as dude bro movies where You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Dude.
Like, the movies there, people are like, best movie ever made.
Yeah.
Best movie,
Yeah,
American
yeah.
Psycho. I'm like, no.
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 No,
You're just obsessing over Patrick Bateman.
it's not. Why isn't it? It's just not.
It's not possible.
And,
It's-
like, I think The Shining is one of the movies where I can understand it being someone's favorite.
yeah.
I can understand someone defending this to hell.
If this is your favorite movie, please get some fucking help. You fucking poser.
I wouldn't call it my favorite movie at all, but I definitely get like why it's praised. a lot.
Yeah. Like I said, I like the movie. Cinematography is fantastic because it's Kubrick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Music is fantastic, and it's well written.
Except for the Danny parts, they're a bit weird.
Yeah. As a piece of entertainment, though, is where I start taking issues with
This
it.
is definitely a movie that's trying to be a piece of art more than
Yeah, and
anything.
this is my problem that I've encountered with Kubrick so far, and why I'm not jonesing to watch any of his other movies. I've never fucking used
Jonesing.
that phrase before. What the fuck?
You've been possessed by a ghost that says that, duh.
And I'm
It's
not.
ghosts all the way down.
I'm not clambering to watch any more of his movies because, this and 2001: A Space Odyssey. This one is more of a movie. 2001 is a straight up art project.
Which has its place. I'll say that it has its place.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah. We've talked about it. You have cinema you enjoy, turn brain off enjoy,
Yeah.
which can be shit.
Yep.
We,
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about our comfort
We're
movies.
about to talk about that.
Yeah.
Like this in a minute.
Like,
That's for the next movie.
and there's film that you can see as art. It's
Yeah.
like, to me, I see it as kind of modern art and maybe more traditional art. Like,
Yeah.
it's a painting of people. You can easily interpret that. Here's some lines. It's still art,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of it is up to you,
Yeah.
and a lot of it is up to the artist.
Yeah. And that's why, 2001 is very much a film that's open, and I mean open, to interpretation. And that's where it falls a little flat for me, in that, it looks spectacular, it sounds spectacular, there's some amazing creative decisions, but oh my god.
Yeah, I imagine if you leave a film too open, at the end of the day, you've just handed me nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You-
haven't
you've-
handed me shit.
You've handed
Yeah.
me a
Yeah.
movie that has maybe 10 minutes of dialogue over the course of 2.5 hours.
That's
don't
gonna
wanna
make me
watch
fall
2000.
And that's
asleep.
going to make me stop paying attention at some point when you've put
Mm-hmm.
on the 5th classical piece to play in its entirety.
Please.
Please, please.
I need the police.
But yeah, that's my thoughts mostly.
Yeah.
It has its place.
Yeah, 100%.
I've basically said my piece. Do we want to talk about what we think the ending fucking means?
What? Like him staring down the camera or?
No, the picture.
Oh, with him. Look, I just think it's Kubrick being Kubrick.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know much about Kubrick, but I feel like he might just pull shit like this. Be like, let's fucking see what they figure out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'll just conform whatever I like,
Like,
or I
I-
don't.
I just see it and I'm like, I don't care at this point.
I'm bringing this.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it up because I know for a fact this is the one piece of the movie he actually has gone out of his way to explain, or he actually had.
okay.
His explanation for it
I
was
can
that.
say it's wrong if I don't like
Yeah,
it. It's
exactly.
wrong.
Yeah.
I don't even fully.
This
agree
is the
with
guy that refused to explain 2001 actually explaining something. Oh my
That.
god.
Yeah. I don't even fully like this
Oh,
interpretation.
that's
I mean,
great.
not that I hate it. It's fine. It's just it's a bit dull. It's that. Oh, that's just his ancestor, and he was a reincarnation.
Oh no,
Oh,
hate it.
shut the
Hate it.
fuck
Yeah.
up.
Hate it.
I very
hate
much
it.
like the other interpretation, where it's that I'll just take the hotel absorbed his fucking soul, and he's in some
Yeah,
sort of
sure.
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
purgatory, hell,
Sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
I'll take that over fucking reincarnation.
Yeah,
You know
like
what?
if you're doing horror, the hotel absorbing his soul, that, yeah,
Yeah.
Leaving
fine.
him in some sort of 1920s-esque hell purgatory
Yeah.
realm. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
My theory, that guy just kind of looks like Jack Nicholson. That's it. Like
Yeah, it could be that as well,
coincidence.
yeah.
I don't-
I think maybe he's seen that picture and just started going insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
If I saw a picture from the 20s that had like me in it, I'd be like,
You're like, hey,
fuck?
wait, that me? I'm gonna kill people.
Murder sounds enticing to me now.
So yeah.
What's that, Grady? Grab the axe. Don't mind if I do.
Red rum. Red rum.
I would like some red run. I'm thirsty.
Red run.
Red run. You said red run.
You said red run.
I said red run.
Yeah, you did.
I meant red rum. Pretend I said red rum. Anyway, closing thoughts. Watch the Simpsons parody.
You could probably cut together the entire film and Simpsons parodies at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there is just the straight up Treehouse of Horror segment is what I'm talking
There's
about.
that as well, yeah. But like the amount of like references they've made, you could cut together the entire 2.5 hours thing, I would imagine.
Probably, yeah.
Because the Simpsons have parodied the shit out of everything.
That's odd.
Because they can't.
Usually the blood gets off on the second floor.
You have the Shining.
You mean Shining? Shh. You want to get sued?
So yeah, I think with that, we'll move on to Doom, a comparatively lighter movie. Not visually. Jesus.
No.
Oh, God.
And I had to like really like I started watching this like as the sun was like still there.
Yeah.
I had to take a break because I was very tired yesterday and I had to take a nap. Or otherwise I wouldn't have absorbed any of the movie.
Yeah.
But for that first part I had to like close my blinds like fully to like actually
See
see shit.
anything.
I had to change a setting on my TV. I had to change over a different profile to make it brighter.
So yeah, we have Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson actually acting.
In his only role where he actually gives a shit.
Yeah.
And is it good acting?
I've seen worse.
Does that make it his best role so far? Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, because it's not a high bar to clear.
Because this is the only time he's acted.
Yeah.
Because he's not Action Man, who is funny.
Yeah, he's actually like putting in a performance, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm actually invested in this.
Yeah, I was shocked to learn he was the villain at the end.
yeah.
Because they kind of stray away from making him the villain, which, like nowadays, whatever he's in,
yeah.
he's the hero, which fine.
Which is funnily
Always
enough
a safe bet main character.
Yeah.
Because funnily enough, he was offered Grimm, which is Carl Urban's character, but turned it down and went for Sarge instead because he thought it was the more interesting role.
It is.
Probably
Good.
the only fucking time
Yeah.
he's ever said that statement in his life.
Probably, yeah. Because he realised he wanted to be lazy after.
Yeah.
The amount of times in this movie they say, game face. It's like we're in a game. Stop it.
It's like a video game.
It's like a video
It's a-
game, guys. Oh my
Get
god.
it? It's a reference because we're in a video game movie.
Oh
Play
my
of Doom.
God.
Big fucking gun.
I didn't know it was called the big fucking. I just
No,
saw.
it's called the Bioforce gun.
I know we
That's
talked
the
about
thing, though.
it, and legit, I just saw it just said BFG on the screen, and I was like, haha, big fucking gun.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend was like, yeah. What?
Yeah, in the game it's called the
Yeah,
big
that's its
fucking
official
gun.
name. They
Yeah.
gave
Yeah.
it. They gave it a coward's name
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
beginning of the movie, and I was very
But it's
disappointed.
there
at
to like
first.
hold you to
Yeah.
the Rock sees it and he's like big fucking gun.
Because I
Yeah.
actually messaged you like this movie did not commit. Fuck this movie, and then you just went, just wait,
Just wait.
wait.
Yeah.
Just wait a second.
And then when he picked up like and said big fucking gun, I just did the Simpsons. Yay! Say the line, Sarge.
It was weird, for sure.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
It's a perfect mid 2000s action movie. It's
This as
yeah.
well.
It hits all the tropes. It hits everything. The thing I like most, the set design was pretty alright.
Oh yeah.
Practical monsters, love to see
Yeah,
it. Love
that's my
that.
favorite thing about the film is like because 2005 was a time of like CGI everything.
Yeah, because we can.
Yeah, and like
Shouldn't.
the director went out of his way to like capture as much as possible in camera.
Yeah.
Because I was surprised the demons were very
Yeah.
practical
Mm-hmm.
at first.
And it's good because it means it's aged a lot better than it should have visually.
Exactly, yeah. Like if they CGI'd it, this would be unwatchable.
Yeah,
at this
like
point.
the end of the first person scene is the only point in the film where it switches entirely to CG and it just looks rough as fuck now.
Yeah. Talking of that scene, they basically go first person shooter with Carl Urban.
Yep.
And it's so much longer than you want.
I had always heard
the extended cut, which is
Oh
the
my
only
God.
version on the home video release.
the only version.
The only version on the home video release.
Fuck
You can't
off.
get the theatrical cut on it.
Wait, so
Oh
did
my
you watch the extended?
Yes.
Oh.
There's 12 extra minutes of footage.
We watched the version on Netflix, which
Yes,
is the
the theatrical cut, 12 minutes
like me and
shorter.
Melina did.
The first person stuff is extended.
No.
Okay.
I think it could have been a fun nod for a minute,
Yeah.
and then you're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Exactly. That I want to say my thoughts. I'd always heard beforehand this was the best part of the movie.
It's not. It's the
It's
worst
not.
part
It's
of
the
the
worst.
movie.
Yeah.
It's not, but I wouldn't say it's the worst part of the movie. It's not great, but I wouldn't say
Oh
it's
no,
the
for
worst
me, it's the
part.
worst part of the movie.
I guess maybe the end of it is the worst part of the movie.
I
But-
mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like that, but that's for like different reasons, I think.
yeah, but like for the first like 30 seconds to a minute, I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. I'm here for this. And then after that, I'm like, now I feel like I'm watching a demo of House of the Dead on an arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
And then it didn't let up.
Yep.
And then I was like, well, fuck, now I'm just underwhelmed I'm not playing House of the Dead.
Yeah, pretty much. That's. Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the movie did feel like a Resident Evil movie.
A little bit.
It
Which-
just felt. I honestly don't know how to describe it because it's. If you want mind-numbing action, fine. It'll do the trick. But it's just bad. It's badly written. It doesn't make sense.
Semper Fi, motherfucker.
Semper Fi, motherfucker.
I love it. I'm convinced he forgot the motherfucker when he first said the line and then had to hastily add it in
Yeah.
at the end. Semper Fi, motherfucker.
There's just so many things where you're like, really? Really? Oh, what's your name? Reaper. What's your last name? Grim? Oh, ha ha ha.
Portman,
Fun.
who's the worst character in the film.
There's I think Melina said it best. It's like the most mid 2000 action film, and there's always that one character that's like Portman who's just
there to die.
fucking worst.
Yeah. Because, okay, they sent the two blonde white guys off alone at once, and I'm like, I am never going to distinguish the two of you, and one of you is going to
Yeah.
die 100%, so I don't even care.
I genuinely don't get how, like, both Portman, who's like the psycho creepy fucker
Yeah.
Yeah.
for context, and
The Christian one? Or
the guy
okay,
who
yeah.
cuts myself in the name of Jesus.
Who-
Says he
I'd
used
like
the Lord's
to-
name in vain.
I'd like to say went on to far better things because he is in The Crown.
Who was he?
He was Princess Margaret's. He's the photographer.
You're right.
He is.
Yes.
I never made. Oh my god. Good for
Motherfucker.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He definitely went up.
Yeah.
Ben
Motherfucker.
Daniels, that's it. He was also in the Exorcist TV series.
Ah, I've never seen that.
It's good.
Okay. He finally stopped cutting himself in the
Oh.
name of the law.
Yes.
But the concept of it was okay. You know, the whole they choose, you know, if you're evil inside. I'm like, man, this sounds overdone already.
It's such a weird like play
Random
on
pull.
the It's such a
Yeah.
weird play on the concept of Doom because that's not at all.
That's what I was told
No.
as well after finishing watching. I was like, this was not like Doom.
Like from the way the backstory is, it's like a parasite on Mars is basically what it
Yeah.
is. But
Yeah.
like,
Well, no, it's so the people that lived on Mars beforehand had very similar DNA to humans,
Yeah.
and at some point they reached a sufficient technological like stage
Advancement.
Okay.
Yeah.
to
yeah.
add a
they
a
synthetically
24th
added
an extra chromosome
And to
and
some, to some, oh yeah.
yeah
yeah.
and then that starts infecting people.
Yeah, deciding whether they're good or bad.
Yeah.
Like a very violent, evil Santa Claus.
Also, like the woman, what was her name again? Samantha.
Sam.
Oh, the
Sam.
sister.
Yeah.
the sister.
For her to be like, well, I think you're good. Let's inject your ass with this. I'm
I'll-
like, that's your brother.
Yeah.
I love the part where he's like, if I turn bad, do not hesitate to shoot me. And she's like, oh, I won't have to. And he's just sort of like, fucking promise me though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we don't know that. Like, even if like, I think we all like to think we're good people,
Yeah.
but you know, if someone put that shit in me, I'd be like, let's assume the worst, okay?
Yeah.
If I'm somehow not, just, you know.
Yeah, fucking shoot me.
Like if someone was like offering me that and they're like, "But are you a good person?" I'm like, "Look, I don't know."
I
What
don't
are we
know.
judging as good here?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever we would talking
Morality
about.
is relative.
Yeah.
It's just so many weird choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
just don't know.
The whole point about asking like the backstory is that none of that is what happens in the game because
No.
they just in the games it's genuinely a portal to hell that
Yeah.
opens.
Yeah,
Sure,
because this is based mainly in Doom 3. And basically the concept of that is that you're a new Marine who's landed on Mars and they open not you personally as the Marine, but like the scientists open a portal of hell
It's
and
me.
demons
I
are
opened the
unleashed.
portal.
Yeah.
Just me personally.
I just love that they pushed like the stereotype of the scientist, but the data, we have to get the data.
If we analyze it more, we could do good. Bitch, people are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
there's
you've
a
got
point
Carl
where you're-
Urban very like, logically going, no.
and American.
Yeah.
Which-
Yeah.
And then Sarge is just like, no, but we have to. We have to. It's like, no, you don't.
No,
You really don't have to, my man.
No.
No. And
It's funny how slowly Sarge just goes full genocide.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, as soon as he like killed the kid, I was like, what the fuck was that for? You, like,
This is
that's-
after he's murdered many innocent people, though.
Yeah, like he's
Yeah.
gone like his is it heel face turn or something?
Yeah.
Like it was before
Face
that
heel turn.
you're kind of like, I don't understand where he's coming from, but kill all infected, minimize risk. That's kind of been his thing. But he was like, look, they're secluded, they're fine. And he's
Yeah.
like, kill them. I'm like, he's a child. First of all,
it
he shouldn't
starts
be
off
here.
Yeah.
where like you can sort of see his point, and then
Yeah.
it just sort of gets more brutal, and you think, okay, the situation's getting more brutal. I
Yeah.
can kind of
Yeah.
get, but then we get like a storeroom full of civilians.
Yeah.
that have not been in close contact with
Yeah,
anyone.
they're completely fine, and Sarge is like, did you not massacre them?
Yeah.
Why didn't you
Excuse
massacre
me?
them? What's wrong with you?
I think the first kind of point, though, where you're like, oh no, for the Sarge is like when Carmack is like stuck
Ah.
in the nano
Yeah,
wall
because
thing.
I did point that out. That
Yeah.
like, because Sam's like the sister is just sort of like, if I can just work on this a little more, I could possibly turn them
Uh-huh.
back. And like, you're probably on Sarge's side for a bit there,
Yeah.
because you're like, no, you're probably just gonna cause more. But Sarge's immediate response is, no, you won't, and then shoots some.
Yeah, he's like, because Carmack is dead, and it's like, well, no, yes, he's dead,
He's stuck in a wall. We're gonna be fine.
but you killed him.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you murdered him.
You've caused the death,
Yeah.
my good sir.
Yeah, it's a very stupid movie.
Oh,
I got
sure.
I got to talk about one of the scenes that's in the extended cut.
oh, out of context.
What
so-
have they worsened?
When
Yeah.
so you know how was it Duke? Who's the
Oh, I love Destroyer. Please don't. Like the guy that fully like swings the TV or the computer at the guy. Love that.
what?
When he goes down in the pit, the guy falls
Oh
down.
no.
That
Yeah.
best scene.
I do
It's-
like the fucking electrocuting the demon.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, it's the one that's left with like Carl Urban's sister.
Oh yeah, the other guy.
The other
I think
one.
that's the Duke guy probably.
Is it Duke?
I think it's Duke.
Yeah, and so like he's left with her, obviously, and and there's a scene where she's like examining one of the bodies,
Oh,
and she
no.
drops the torch into the thing's mouth, and so she calls him over and he's like, "Hold this," and so he's like right here as she's arm deep,
Oh no,
And
I
this
feel like I
demon-
know where this is going.
and he's like fully just like looking down her chest, and I'm like, for fuck's
God.
sake. And then, they start having a conversation, and it leads to, him getting a bit flirty. And then she says something like, "Oh, I need something a bit stronger."
Oh god.
And he's like, "Oh, you have no idea how much strength I'm packing." I'm like,
Understandably cut.
and
Because I was
then-
already
No,
uncomfortable.
No. And
Oh
then,
no.
It's still going.
and then she says something that he totally misinterprets, and he's like, "You don't know what having sex with me would be like." And I'm like, "Oh, shut the fuck up! Just shut up!"
So,
They have met 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
met 20
and
minutes
he-
ago. So much shit has happened.
They met 20 minutes ago, and he also asked Carl Urban directly if they had been dating, and he got told that was his sister.
Which, respect. I'm not gonna flirt with your siblings.
Yeah.
Type of deal. That's a generally fucking agreement you have.
Yeah.
It's just one of my favorite parts of the beginning of the movie is when they're walking along, and he's like, "Are you telling me you let a fine piece of ass like that get away from you?" He's like, "She's my sister," and he's like, "Oh shit, really?"
Oh shit.
It's just a chaotic mess of a movie. And I like the Destroyer guy. I loved him 2 minutes before the scene because he barely got any coverage before that, and then he died. So
Yeah.
I was like, good scene.
One of my the funniest parts for me was the kid is with Carl Urban, I think, and they're in the sewer place.
Oh
and I
yeah.
know the kid's supposed to be high for his
Yeah.
nerves because
Yeah.
Portman had drugs on him and
Yeah.
just gave it to him.
Of course.
'Cause of course he does.
I mean, you look at Portman, you hear him speaking, and you just like cocaine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, but they're in that scene. They're like on the search, and then out of fucking nowhere, the kid just goes, "So you lost your parents, right?
Yeah.
How's that like?"
I think it was like they wanted Carl Urban to talk about it more, so they're like, so what if the kid is high and he just kind of asks? I'm like,
Yeah.
that's just horrible writing.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
That's horrible writing. Like, I feel like if you're high as fuck on whatever he got, you're not going to be thinking, well, let me try to figure out some more about this guy. You're going to be like, water. Funny.
Hey, you're an orphan. It's hilarious. Let's talk about it. Dude.
Also, Portman's scene where he pretends to take a shit.
Yeah.
And-
It was a needed part of the movie.
Yeah, where he was like, I have to take a shit. First of all, you're a Marine. I don't think you have to find a toilet. You're fine anywhere. Like, priorities for him.
I mean, just for, sanitary, yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't think he's gonna just
sanitary
shit on the floor.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna.
I mean, I believe him if he
Like, if
did,
I'm
but-
Marine, I'm not just dropping and,
But you
I mean,
know,
we're not Marines.
No.
but I-
they're looking for these monstrous demons. He's like, hold up, I gotta take a deuce.
just hold it
Like,
in. at
surely
that
you
point,
can
my man.
hold it in, like, from adrenaline or fear.
adrenaline just to make it go.
Nah, take your suggestion. Shit on the floor.
You know, he
That's
could have just found a
nasty, man.
fucking corner and not be like, well, I must find the bathroom in these facilities.
What's he gonna do once he's shit in the corner?
Get back to work?
Without wiping?
I think Marines have done worse.
Oh.
Oh,
Look,
we ain't on your side here.
No.
I'm just, it was clearly a stunt, just to call for reinforcements,
Yeah.
but he could have thought of something better.
Got a shit.
And then he gets killed.
And
Yeah, then he gets killed, and
Yeah,
no one,
so.
we didn't lose anything of value.
Nah.
I had a nice moment of, oh fuck, when I learned the I want to say wheelchair guy, but it's not in a wheelchair.
Pinky.
Yeah.
Pinky,
His
yeah.
name is Pinky.
And
Which-
if you've ever played the video games, there's a dead giveaway as to his fate. Because there's
Yeah.
One of the demons is called Pinky.
yeah,
Yeah.
Or demon types.
demon types, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're anything but, as soft as the name implies.
After I learned that, I almost had a split second of, wait, is there an enemy type called Reaper that I'm forgetting in the Doom games? Because...
No, there's only a Revenant.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Because I knew they were Revenant, so I had to quickly look up Doom, like, Reaper, and it just came out with, like, Carl Urban's character.
Yeah.
'Cause he's Reaper, so I was like, oh, okay. So he's probably not going to die then.
No, yeah.
But I thought that was neat.
A weird thing in the extended cut is when he introduces himself and when they're talking about, how he got sent to one galaxy and then his legs is... They insert a shot of just his legs, like, falling out
That would have been
of the
great.
gateway. And
yeah,
it's
that
not
would have
like...
been amazing.
It's not, like, part of the scene. It's just, like, a flashback. And I'm like, what?
Like
I
a
mean-
sudden cut to slow motion legs.
It's just
falling.
while everyone's talking, it's just inserted over it. And I'm like,
Maybe they were just trying, while shooting, they were like, let's go for comedy. And they shot a lot of, like, funny shit
it's
that they
entirely
ended
CG as well. And I'm like,
God.
what?
They went back and they just wanted to add that.
Yeah.
Part
it's
of
gonna
the
be
vision.
hilarious.
One thing I know they did shoot and was never used in the film was the Mars facility getting nuked.
Oh,
And I'm like, the script doesn't even, like, fit that.
No.
no.
Because I think we have to address the ending. Like, they get into the elevator.
Yes.
They go
That's it.
up.
Yep.
And then it cuts
That's
the
it.
credits.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
They
the
make
film.
it okay? Were the people up at the elevator okay?
Who cares?
We don't know.
I'm convinced that, like, at that part of the movie, they just knew no one's gonna give a shit.
Yeah.
Just
right
end it.
now.
Yeah.
Just end the thing.
They
Yeah.
were trying to be a bit artistic. Like, she's dressed in white. He's dressed dark. Symbolism.
Artistic.
Reaper. Person.
Angel.
Angle.
I was, as soon as I saw, like, they're making it, the wire clothes a little more,
Mm-hmm.
like, not sparkly, but, like, lighter. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. You are not artsy enough to do this, and you're not doing it well.
I like to believe there was another, like, an actual ending shot, but, like, they were just like, oh, the action's over. Who gives a shit? Just cut
Yeah.
to credits.
I would have liked to see them reach the end of the elevator, and they're like, what happened? And they're like,
Yeah.
Cut.
We spelled our doom.
What was it like down there?
Hellish.
Doom.
Dun,
What are
dun.
we, some sort of doom squad? Wait a minute.
They were doomed.
I can't wait till Doctor Doom shows up. Doom.
I like the cinematography of the film. Like it's
That's
somewhat
yeah.
creative.
Surprisingly good camera work.
Yeah. Like the amount of it's a bit cheesy at times, but like the amount of like quick zooms and or pans and stuff like actually work.
I can appreciate it, the good, usage of pans and zooms, especially when you're trying to go for like a speedy, like kind of chaotic feel.
Yeah.
They did it very well. I'm so happy they went practical with most of their
Yeah,
effects, 'cause,
100%.
My God, that saved them.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Helped the monsters be less creepy,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is good. I think mystery is better than here's a CG ass monster that's gonna look horrible in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
So good choices overall, I think.
A fun fact is Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg were asked to come in and clean up the dialogue of this film.
Really?
Yep, and they turned it down.
Oh,
Good.
and I having seen it, understandable.
Understandable, but they could have like made it so much better.
Oh,
He
yeah,
could have
absolutely.
made this the funniest shit you'd ever
Yeah,
seen.
exactly. Like this could have been a great,
'Cause-
well not great, but you know.
They probably decided their time was better spent making that cameo in Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
I think like if they chose to do it, it would have been so much work.
Mm-hmm.
And like they were already on the nose with constantly saying, "Put on your game face." It's like a video
Yeah.
game. I think if Edgar Wright did it, it would have been well placed, and it wouldn't have been because they took it too serious here.
Yeah.
Like I think if they did a full look to the camera, it's like a video game, isn't it? They'd be
Yeah.
like, that's better than.
A Deadpool-esque, like, well, that's just lazy writing.
I mean, we wouldn't have had the really strange scene where we learn about religious guy's thing, because he's walking and just kicks the thing down, and like all I hear him saying is "damn it," and then suddenly he's like cutting himself. He's like, "I took his name in vain." And I'm like, "You didn't."
Damn is fine.
Yeah, I'm like,
As
you
far
didn't
as I know,
say his
damn is
name.
He
fine.
did say God damn
Did he
it,
say
though.
God?
Oh,
I'm
God damn it,
saying this
maybe.
because I want to admit there were parts of the scene, parts of this movie where I put on subtitles.
That's
I-
fair.
I
The
always-
audio mixing is a
yeah.
mess.
Yeah, so okay. With that said, then I've watched all of this movie with
Yeah,
subtitles,
that's
and it
absolutely
does.
fair.
And in the subtitles, anyway, it does say "God damn it."
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's just the way he said it and just emphasized the damn it.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense for the character.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I watch all my movies with subtitles, so.
That's fair.
yeah, it makes
Fair.
sense.
I keep meaning to ask whenever I have to like send you guys like films. If I'm like, if you want, subtitles for the English audio or whatever.
If it's no trouble, yes, please.
Because I meant to
Always
ask for The
appreciate
Shining,
it.
and I'm like, I totally forgot when I put it up.
Like my laptop has the shitty speakers. Like if I have to put it up to 100, and then I cannot eat.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just have shit hearing. But like, I mean, I watch the vast majority of my movies without subtitles, but very occasionally, if I'm not getting it,
Yeah.
I'm just like something's gone. If I got a cold and my hearing is just really bad, I'll put them on.
That's fair. That's fair.
So they're very appreciated.
Yeah.
Included.
I'll include them when I can from now on. Because peek behind the curtain, we watch like stuff obviously for Anime Lane and that. But if it's like not available on streaming services, because I'll inevitably own it,
Yeah.
I'll just send them a copy of mine, which is legal. I want to
Yeah,
add,
that-
you know.
Yeah, we don't do anything illegal in the
No,
production of
it's
this show.
personal distribution.
We don't
which
These
isn't-
shows.
Spread it either.
Nah.
It's fine.
Yeah, because there is like a clause in it where it's like personal distribution's fine.
Exactly.
You,
It's on the warnings of every
yeah,
physical release you will ever see.
yeah, because my computer has a Blu-ray drive and I've got the software and everything. I pay for all of it, so it's all
It's just a convenient way of
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
borrowing
Yeah.
a movie.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think we've said all we could say about these
Yeah, I
I think
films.
so.
We've spent a long time talking about The Shining.
Which makes sense.
Which makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
For a film like The Shining, I feel like you have to talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really only picked them because we got to the we had 4 films stacked up and I
Yeah.
looked at all of them
'Cause
and went,
we're-
oh god.
We're recording this back to back with an Anime Lane episode,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we had 4 films to watch in the span of a week, and that's including like
They're
some of us
all
can
like
have busy schedules.
long
so
Yeah.
as fuck as well.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I wish some of them weren't 2 hours. That
Same.
probably bleeds into why I think some films like Galaxy Express should not have been 2
Yeah,
hours.
but I mean, I hold that opinion whenever I watch it. So you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, it's exhausting.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm happy we had the energy enough to talk about it as much as we did.
So yeah, this has been another Halloween episode of Nap.
Ooh,
Spooky.
it's fucking spooky, boys. This cave is not very nice. I don't like being in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so thank you for listening.
You can tell I'm tired.
During October, we're running every week, so, you know, come back next week. Thank you for listening to this. Goodbye.